And welcome back. It's time for What's Buzzing, where we're checking things that people are talking about online. Jennifer Santich, dance manager for the Sacramento Kings. Thanks for being on. You know what? Let me check my calendar to see the last time we saw you.
I've been busy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you haven't been here since
we had a lot
January?
of home games going on.
You haven't been returning my calls, my texts.
But you replaced me. I noticed that.
Well, we're shuffling through. We're shuffling through, but we know that you've had a really busy schedule. But the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is nanny gadgets. Have you heard the term nanny gadgets?
I haven't, actually.
These are gadgets that tell us what to do, how to live our lives. And this is one here, the Oral-B Smart Brush. This is a toothbrush that provides real-time feedback on your oral hygiene skills, so it expresses disappointment if you don't brush correctly. The Happy Fork, it's a smart fork that vibrates if you're eating at an unhealthy pace. And then there's a company called Luma, which offers a belt-like contraption that zings you into straightening your spine if you're slouching too much. So in other words, it corrects your posture. So my question is technology telling us to do too many things? Do we need to disconnect?
I actually, when I was reading about the gadgets, I got excited because those are things I need to work on. So I eat so fast, and I think after using the gadgets for a few weeks, you could probably get rid of them once you're kind of trained to, do what you're supposed to do.
I feel like it helps those who have parents that don't tell them to do a lot of things growing up, that lack that instruction a little bit.
Well, I feel like
people like me.
They're mundane activities. So I don't think when I brush my teeth, or I'm not thinking. I'm usually eating in the car because I'm going from one thing to another. And so sometimes you kind of have to slow down and think about it. And if there's something telling me to do that, that might be helpful, at least for me.
Is it parents not telling people or children not listening to their parents?
Children not listening.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I call my mom, I tell her, I don't know how to cook anything. This is your fault. And I say, no, you didn't listen.
You didn't watch.
Listen how to make that pot roast, okay? A married woman, can I see the hand?
Almost.
Almost, engaged.
Engaged.
Now, when he proposed, did he do something special?
He proposed in Paris in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, that's special.
That is so romantic.
That's awesome.
That is so romantic. And she said yes. That's the key, is if they say yes. It hasn't worked out for everybody. I want to take you through a couple of cases here. There was a brain surgeon in Colorado, for example. He thought it would be romantic to propose to his girlfriend in Florida and bury the ring for her to find on the beach.
A brain surgeon?
A brain surgeon, yeah. Now, what do you think the problem is with that?
Well,
she couldn't find it.
Right, I was going to say, why would you bury a ring?
She couldn't find it. They looked for hours, and you're looking at Cinnabon there because there's another guy who actually proposed in front of Cinnabon to his girlfriend, because that's where they first met, in the middle of a shopping mall. So the problem with that is she said no, and there was a big crowd there to see it. You know, that's the worst.
Do guys not discuss this with other people before they decide to do it?
I would like to think that I would call Rob and I'd say, hey, Rob, you're a married man. Do you think that I should propose to this girl in front of this crowd and get some man advice?
Right.
You know?
Or have you talked to the girl already and know that that's what she sees in your future?
That she's definitely going to say yes.
Right. Right.
I would like to think that you kind of gauge it.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of the married life, the first step to getting there is dating, is flirting and going out to the bar scene. And I want to talk about Google Glass. We've talked a lot about this technology, but there's an interesting article on Yahoo Food where they talk about how Google Glass is going to kill the flirting game, the dating scene, because as it turns out, no big surprise, women don't like the idea of guys walking into a bar not knowing if the guy is videotaping them. And if this facial recognition technology catches on, imagine me walking up to Jennifer in a bar, I don't know who she is, and I just walk up to her and I say, hi, I'm Jeff, you're Jennifer Santich. I just accessed your Facebook profile, and oh, you like apple martinis. So bartender, get her an apple martini. Nice to meet you. Yeah, a little creepy, right?
That's creepy. That's super creepy.
What do you think about that?
Well, although I don't know if that's any different than, say, we were going to go out. You, I'm sure, would check me out on Facebook.
Yes.
And stalk a little bit, do a little research. So, I don't know. I just don't know how different that is.
Do you like the idea of Google Glass? Because I know you guys got to test it out with the Sacramento
we've tested
Kings.
it a couple times, and I think with the extent of the capabilities, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why you would use it for something like that when it can really do so much other stuff.
Jeff,
Dan,
did
I
you
heard it
see-
from her. I'm not going to use it.
But
in
did
that
you
setting.
see that at least one bar, and there could be more in San Francisco, has banned it? You can't go into that bar with Google
really?
Glass. Yeah, because
Why?
of just the concern that he expressed. A lot of women get kind of creeped out about
Yeah.
it.
And it led to a confrontation at a bar, if I recall correctly.
You can see the positive side, though, if you can get some information, Jen, from someone before you go out on the date. If you use it in a positive, non-creepy way,
Right.
like maybe you know they love pink roses. You bring a pink rose.
True.
It can serve as an advantage.
I don't know. I'm trying here.
Jen, thanks. It's so good to see your face again.
You too.
I'll send it back to you guys.
Apple teenies or pink roses, that's
Right.
what we'll use them for.
But I guess the first clue there is if the guy's wearing Google Glass during the date,
Kind of
right?
gives you an idea.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just creepy.
Rob's not buying it.
I'll admit something a little bit creepy, just because I'm honest with everyone all the time. I actually stalked my current wife. I stalked her boyfriend at the time. They were boyfriend and girlfriend. I stalked him on MySpace, trying to find out some
MySpace.
information. I'm like, well, who is this girl with? And I found out some things about him. He was a cop. He was very strong. So I backed off until she was available.
It still worked out for you in the end.
You got
Yeah,
the girl.
exactly. Yeah, it worked out because we were friends first. Yeah, absolutely.